What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Cigars and Everything Else podcast. We are in episode 71. And this week, we're coming straight out of Thanksgiving. Hey,
yeah.
From what I heard, Thanksgiving made it hard for you to get here on time for the show today, brother. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
Them plates, boy, I hope you ate good.
Plates. I ate good. I mean, I'm on this vegetarian thing, and I haven't eaten meat in a year, but it ain't stopping the show, though. It ain't stopping the show.
You told some size up this year, didn't you?
I told the size up. I mean, like, when it come down to it, honestly, the turkey's more of a side than everything else. The mac and cheese and the yams is the show.
Yeah.
The turkey's becoming the side dish.
It always is, because I'm only using that. You know, I'm kind of dipping that and piecing it together with the other stuff, but I'm really trying to get to the other stuff.
Yeah. Running some cranberry sauce on top of it real quick, you know.
Hey, now, let me ask you something now.
Mm-hmm.
You said you still off the meat and whatnot, but the size is the show. But what sides are you missing out on? I mean, you know, the greens. Do you eat the greens if they got the little, you know, meat? They were cooked in meat. You know, I don't know if you do the turkey or the turkey neck or the bacon or what you do yours with. But was the greens able to be?
The greens were the green. Greens were greening.
Okay, so you ain't even
we had two different pots. Well, my pot didn't have any meat cooked in it. So I had a pot with some meat cooked in it, and then I had a pot with meat in with the turkey neck in it.
Okay. Now, let me ask you this. Y'all had dressing?
We had dressing.
What was in the dressing?
I don't eat dressing.
You don't eat it anyway?
I don't eat it. I never have.
Okay.
Never have.
Really?
Something about dressing I just don't like. I don't like the mushiness. Like, I love cornbread, like a cornbread dressing. I love cornbread, but I don't like it in like dressing. Like it's something about it just doesn't sit right with me.
It's just cornbread.
Sorry if I lose some. Sorry if I lose some points on the dressing, but I'm not. I was never with it. Never with it.
Really? Okay, man. You know, I'm just shocked to hear it, man. You know what I'm saying? You know how people be like, man, this is black or that ain't black. You really are soul brother number one. You know, so to hear you not, you don't mess with the dressing. It's out of character for you.
I don't eat black eyed peas. You know what I mean?
I ain't had black eyed peas in a while, man. You know, I kind of miss it, man. Don't nobody do it like, you know, like grandma, man. You know, so I ain't had it really since them days.
But everything else, I'm game. Make sure the mac and cheese is doing what it's supposed to do. Make sure the greens is doing what it's supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? My right now, mine is the neck bone or the turkey neck or whatever. But I'm in there.
I dig it.
Had me some healthy servings. Had to double up just because I was missing the meat.
You do seafoods at all?
No seafood right now. Not right now.
You just straight up you're not vegan though. I mean, you kind of did the vegan thing when you did the way you do your vegetables, but
well, no. I mean, because I still
you're not officially vegan though, right?
I mean, no. I eat cheese, eggs, milk, all the dairy product, all animal product. I still eat animal product.
You just don't want your food cooked in animal. Okay.
Yeah, I don't eat animal itself right now. Not saying it's gonna last forever. I don't know when I'm gonna go back. I'm just day to day.
It'll be hard to go back now, bro.
You
messed up. You in deep after a year. Your body gonna reject it bad, bro. Like you gonna be throwing up and everything.
You wanna throw some wings in here? I don't care about this lemon pepper, garlic parm. Yeah, okay, but this wing,
we gonna see.
I miss my ribs, man. I miss some sea bass, some shrimp. I miss it. I do miss it.
My brother-in-law ended up. You know, he was pescatarian for a long time. And then he tried to switch off and go, you know, vegetarian. And he was able to do it, but he got sick along the way. And then he ended up losing a lot of weight. So in order to put some weight back on, he was like, I'm going to just incorporate some chicken in my diet. Yeah. So he had to get on chicken for a little bit. But, you know, I hear it wasn't an easy transition, you know.
Yeah, it's not. This isn't the first time I've done it. Like, I've done it before in the past, but just never over a year. So I've done a year, it was about 8 months before, but never over a year.
The fact that you went a year, and I know that like being an animal lover ain't your reason, but that's the only way that it makes logical sense for somebody not to go a whole year in my mind. Like that you got to have a higher purpose.
Save the animals. Don't eat.
That's what it's got to be in my eyes. In order to reach that, you like a year. Like it's one thing to go on like a little phase and be like, all right, I'm off of it.
Yeah. I'm gonna hold off for a second. Yeah. A month, 2 months, maybe 3 months, even.
Yeah.
Just to flush out your system. I get that. Yeah, for sure.
Like fasting.
But I don't know. Like for me, it's just something. And I was talking to my mom about it because my mom, she's been a vegetarian for a while now, and she check up on me every now and then. Like, you still vegetarian? You go back yet? And I was like, nah, not yet. I just ain't got the sign. The sign ain't told me to go. She's like, just keep following. You just never know. She's like, that's how I started. And then just before I knew it, it just time passed and so many years went by. I'm still a vegetarian. So she check up on me and just like, hey, just whatever it tells you, whatever your spirit man tell you to do, just follow it. And it's just, I'm going.
So the spiritual for your mom.
Yeah. Yeah, well, actually, I think it was the same with her. Because for me, it didn't start off as a spiritual thing, but it's just like, it's becoming that now. It's just wherever it leads me. Whenever something in me tells me it's time to go back to eating meat, then I'll do it. So, like, it wasn't out of a health thing. I got to go lose weight or anything. It wasn't, part of it was you got to clear your system and flush your system. But a lot of it was just, we're just going to do it.
Hey, did your cravings go away when you backed off meat for a while?
Yeah, it did. Yeah. It took about a month. Cravings took about a month. But then they came back.
Oh, they came back. You ain't passed nothing, did you?
Say what?
You ain't passed nothing, did you? Like like a tapeworm or anything. I hear like, a lot of times we get strange cravings because we got like stuff inside our body that we just ain't flushed out through fasting and stuff.
Nah, I ain't heard about that. Nah. I ain't had that. But only thing I got cravings now because I miss it. I miss me a slab of ribs.
Yeah.
I miss
probably
all
gross you out if
flats.
you go back now though, man. For real, like straight up, I think so. Hey, look, man, I'm gonna tell you like this. Sandwich. I have the same like. Okay, I'm gonna say this. I think in my heart of hearts, I believe we really ain't supposed to be eating meat. I do believe that to be the case.
Really?
I think so. Because anything else that eats meat just jump on their back and just start chowing down.
Eat it like raw.
Us, and just eat it raw. Like, they just catch them and eat them raw.
We have to
cook it. We have to go through a process in order to be able to eat it. And your body doesn't always digest certain meats properly, like beefs and stuff like that.
True.
Which is a sign that we probably shouldn't really be eating much of nothing other than seafood. Maybe not even all seafood, but just certain fish. So
yeah.
And you can't even really eat that raw either. You still got to cook it. So with that being said, I don't think it's natural for us to do it.
The pork, the red meat, the beef and all of that. Maybe like the chicken, like you said, the chicken and the fish, maybe that's more natural for us to eat. Because you can honestly eat fish raw.
Yeah, you can. You
can eat fish raw. Maybe not chicken raw, but you eat fish raw.
Some people can eat steak raw. I can't. My stomach give out.
Nah. I see too much pink. I can eat a little bit of pink. Well, I used to eat a little bit of pink, but you got.
Yeah, my pink tolerance has been lowering over the years. I used to go medium rare, and then it worked its way to medium, and then it worked its way to medium well, and that's where I'm stopping at now. But
yeah,
my stomach
give me medium well. Give me medium well.
But we don't have the teeth for it. You know what I'm saying? I just don't think we're meant to do it. But spiritually, I agree with that. Spiritually, I fight that, but I ain't ready to give up meat yet, bro. That's just what it come down to, man. Like, I'm sinning, baby. I'm in it, baby. I'm in it.
And trust me, me being a year into it, I don't look at anybody different for eating meat. Cause I get around some people and they look like, oh, you don't eat meat? Like they feel guilty for eating meat around me. I'm like, nah, enjoy. Trust me, I want to bite. Yeah. I want to bite. So enjoy your meat. I get it. It's fine. But it's just right now I'm on this path, man.
Hey, man, when we went to dinner together, I ate my meat, pause, and I ain't care about it. You know what I'm saying? I think I had a burger. I went to town on my burger. I ain't looked twice at you over there in your greens. I was like, have at it, buddy.
Go for it. I mean, man, we used to go to spots my birthday a few years ago. We went to them Brazilian steakhouse. They chopped it all the meats.
Oh yeah.
So
leave that green up.
Salad bar for what? Ain't nobody touch that salad bar.
It's a waste of $20 on my tab right now. Ain't about to eat no salad. Leave my car green and don't turn it red until I'm about to walk out this thing, man. Until I want my tab.
For real, man. But yeah,
man, let's get into these sticks, man.
Oh yeah, I've been working on mine. And I'm ready to introduce mine.
Go for it.
I didn't have a cutter, so I've been going Neanderthal with it. Just straight knifing that bad boy, getting to it. So I got mine chopped up, so hopefully we get a good draw off of it. But man, I got a man of war.
You disrespecting the man of war, man. You don't went over there and
no.
Well, you cut a V into it.
I kind of like pinched it. You know, like how you like the little poke cutters?
Yeah.
Like the little pokes. I kind of did that.
Yeah.
Kind of like a little poke deal with it. But it's kind of only right. It's man of war. I took a blade to it.
You did it military style. That's dope though when you put it that way.
I saber that bad boy.
Yeah, saber. I still ain't sabering no bottles yet. It's about time for that, man.
We overdue. But hey, look, man, man of war. In my studies, this is a handcrafted AJ Fernandez. It's a handcrafted AJ Fernandez, Nicaraguan origin, rapper Ecuador, and everything else binder and filler Nicaraguan. But AJ Fernandez, man of war. Little did I know. I did not know. Now look at this man of war, just a little different. I was looking at a little suspect.
Yeah,
man of war. What's this? Because it's not one of those cigars. I've seen them, but it's not something I said I got to grab me one of those. But knowing that AJ Fernandez is behind this, great aroma on it already, pre-lit. I'm ready to get into it.
And that's for y'all, man. That's for y'all. That's for the whole military. You know what I'm saying?
Salute.
Man of War by AJ Fernandez for y'all. Me, I had a toss up. I totally went into it thinking I was gonna go with the other one that I had because that was at a $22 price point, that diamond crown that I showed you. But game time decision, I decided to go with this Caldwell. The King is Dead. The King is Dead. The King is Dead by Caldwell. Now, as I mentioned to you off the show, I'm interested in kind of giving some brands a look that don't get a look. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we always tend to play with the big boys, you know, and that's fine, you know, that we go with these bigger name brands. But it's like, you know, let's see what some of these other ones that are supposed to be pretty good. So I went through the humidor and I found a couple brands that had high ratings, you know, for the few cigars that actually get their ratings posted. I wanted to see. This Caldwell was rated a 93. And, you know, I'm like, all right, well, let's give it a shot. Price point is $12.20 is what I got it for. Sure, you know, everywhere you go, you can find it at a different price. I'm not really familiar with Caldwell like that. They are a brand that established in 2014, so they're fairly new. In my research of this, I learned that they partnered with AJ Fernandez on this stick. I just learned that pre-show.
Really?
So
right,
AJ Fernandez, shout out to them. They out here making moves.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Yeah. I mean,
AJ
like, here's the thing.
Out here quietly getting his Drew estate
AJ,
on. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. AJ is a pillar, man. AJ, like, is holding up the cigar culture. Just webbing all over the place, helping out over here. It's like that workhorse of the cigar culture. Just getting to it, getting it done. And anybody that needs that helping hand, they can always lean back on AJ Fernandez to get it done. So shout out to AJ.
Shout out to AJ. We got the little rat tail on the cap here, you know, so that automatically makes me go straight cut, even though I wanted to punch today.
I got some cedar sticks, man. So we're gonna give this man of war the presidential treatment.
The general treatment.
The general treatment. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't mind if I do got a cedar stick here. Don't mind if I do now that you mention it. Oh, while we're at it, while we get torched, I'll go ahead and give some input on this on the actual stick itself. So I have a Dominican wrapper, Dominican origin, Dominican filler also.
Okay.
So we Dominican through and through on this particular stick.
I'm getting a little bit of a sweetness off the draw, like immediately. Like a subtle sweetness. I like that. And a little pepper to boot behind it too. So it's like a sweet and spicy a little bit coming off the initial light.
Boy, this cedar stick went up. Caused me all kind of problems. I wish I wouldn't have lit it.
Man, hey, look. I don't get this too often. But I'm literally getting like 4 different flavors off the first light. And that is rare. That is rare. I'm getting a little bit of sweet, a little bit of pepper hit. And then right after that, it was like a strong oak. Strong oak behind it. And something else.
Now, the question is, are they doing it well? Because that's a lot early on the ride.
It's a lot. Like literally every single puff on the light, it was like something else stood out. Something else stood out. Something else stood out. Something else stood out. And that rarely happens. But it's like, ooh, okay, I like that. Ooh, okay, I like. So it's like almost it's opening up all these different channels, and whichever way the cigar decides to lean towards most, it's like, okay, I'll take that. Oh, okay, I'll take that. But if you want to go here, well, I'll take that too.
He hit you with a couple good ones right off the bat. Right off the bat for me, my initial thoughts is a lot of woodiness on this right here. Some earthiness, an earthy tone with a lot of woody notes right on top of those earthy tones. And on the retro hill, it's a very light, airy creamy smoke, but it's got a maple note right there on the retro hill only. But it's earthy, woody, and then on the retro you get some maple. And these are my initial thoughts. So AJ Fernandez is coming in on both of these sticks.
Coming in strong.
Well, Caldwell also. Let me not give all the credit to AJ, but Caldwell's coming in with a lot of AJ is making it. He's doing some stuff. You know what I'm saying? Some variety on both of these sticks, AJ and Caldwell.
I've never been stumped like this with a cigar before. So give me a second. I'm processing still. I'm processing still.
I see your face.
I'm like a 2010 BlackBerry right now booting up. It's gonna take a minute. Give me a second. This is it's like it's giving me all of these. Like I'm in a whirlwind of flavor. It's like it's so many different. I don't know what I'm.
Keep puffing on that. Hey, in the meanwhile, you see I got this copper mug, but it is no Moscow Mule inside of it. It is some white sangria I got inside of it. Because my wife done had me making white sangrias all week for her, you know.
Oh, you been
she found a recipe.
You been a mixologist?
She was like, can you? Yeah, I'm her mixologist. She's always like, she finds these recipes on TikTok, and then I'm responsible for making her drinks and stuff. So she found this white sangria that she wanted to do. She had a Friendsgiving over the weekend. So I've been eating Thanksgiving food since Sunday.
Wow.
Since Sunday. They had a Friendsgiving on Sunday. I had to make their sangrias for them and the girlies and whatnot, and they was loving it. Then afterwards, you know, she was like, hey, man, we ran out. Can you make some more? So then I had to go make some more. We ate. Bro, this is how we did Thanksgiving this year. Friendsgiving was Sunday. We ate the leftovers on Monday. Tuesday, we ended up we knew we were going to her friend's house for Thanksgiving. So we celebrated Thanksgiving with her friend on Thursday. So Tuesday, she got the urge. She was like, hey, man, why don't we just cook us a little something at the house for, you know, do our own little Thanksgiving early in case we don't enjoy our food on Thursday. I'm like, you know, cool, whatever. So we go create a whole Thanksgiving dish on Tuesday, eat it Tuesday and Wednesday, go to their house Thursday, we eat more Thanksgiving food. Of course, you know that's what we had Friday. And this morning, we're recording Saturday. I have Thanksgiving for breakfast. I'm all Thanksgiving out, man. I done had a week of
See, all Thanksgiving out. This is it. So
but
Sunday,
it's good every
Sunday
time,
dinner.
though.
Sunday dinner sound like it's gonna be real light, real easy.
Mm-hmm.
Sandwich of some sort.
Not a turkey.
not a turkey sandwich.
Not a turkey sandwich. Good draw coming off this stick, too. I was concerned about the draw because it's kind of tightly rolled. The stick is supposed to be handmade, too. Good draw. Much better draw than I got from Romeo y Julieta.
Oh, yeah. You were struggling with that one.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't know if you noticed my draw, man, and the kind of smoke I'm getting off of this. So I want to shout me out for how I improvised and got my cigar done. Machete style.
Hey, man. I think that's the way you're supposed to do a man of war. Now that you put it to me that way, I think that's the only way to do one. It's only right.
It's only right. It's only
you got to smoke it like you in the field.
Yeah, man. Hey, so you were talking about Thanksgiving. Yeah. And before we got on, you mentioned something about Black Friday.
Mm-hmm.
What's up with Black Friday?
Black Friday is dead. Let the internet show me anyway, my time out in the streets, it looked dead too.
I kind of agree.
Hey, get this, man. All over the internet is people going around showing how empty stores are on Friday for Black Friday. Now, I didn't make it out until nighttime, evening 6:37. And the stores won't really, nobody in there like that.
Yeah.
But social media says won't nobody in there during the day. And the sophistication of people on the internet now, you know what they doing? They going around and they going to all the Black Friday sales racks and moving the stickers and moving the price cards and showing the original price versus the sale. And they're all the same prices. They're putting new stickers on it saying Black Friday deal, $600 for this TV. And then they slide the card out the way.
It was $600
the original
before.
Price, $600 before. And it's like everybody's doing this. This is the gag on social media now. They're going around to all the stores and exposing them. And it's like, a part of me is like, that's what you get, stores. You know what I'm saying? Like, a part of me is like, as the little man is like, show them, get them, because they trying to get money out of us, and they ain't giving no deal.
Yeah, they've been playing us. They've been playing us
for more money. The prices is jacked up on everything as is. Now, and I know some of it's got to do with commuting and getting the extra merchandise there.
So don't get me wrong. Black Friday in its prominent times was Black Friday. It was worth getting in there and throwing some elbows and getting into a couple of fights just to get your TV on discount, right? So I wasn't always a big Black Friday guy, but every now and then I would take it. I would indulge. My first big screen TV, and at the time a big screen TV was considered a 50-inch TV.
Yeah.
That was considered a big screen. And back in the day, you couldn't find one for under 2,000. Maybe you might get lucky and find one for 1,500. And I was lucky enough to snag one. We're talking about what, maybe 15 years ago now. I was able to snag one for under $1,000. It might have been like 900 or something like that. And that was a Black Friday deal for a 50-inch TV, for a 50 plasma. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, them days.
Yeah, them days. And that's when you had to go stand out at Best Buy or H.H. Gregg, wrapped around the corner. You had to be out there at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Stores open up at 5, and you get in there and get what you got to get. That's when Black Friday was worth it. And the deals were actually there because you knew you couldn't get a TV for under $1,000 for a 50-inch. And then they only had a select amount. They would put them, because you worked we worked at Targets and in the retail stores. And I remember the Black Friday, the night before, we used to go roll them out, stack them up. Okay, this is how many TVs we got. We put them on, stage them. We got a little thing over here. We got some video games. We stage them over here. We got some other electronics. We stage them over there. And that's it. That's all you have. It's just whatever we had to put out on stock that day. And once it was gone, it was gone. So you had to get there, get in line, and get to it, get busy. But the deal was worth it. But now it's not like that. stores are open anytime. It's like it's not a Black Friday where you got to be there at 5:00 when the store is open. It's just like, all right, I'll casually stroll in and I might be able to catch a Black Friday deal or whatever. But then at the same time, you can get a 50-inch TV for $300. So what kind of Black Friday deals are you going to throw me? So now we look at that for Black Friday. Hey, put these groceries on sale. You'll find me in line then. give me a Black Friday deal of some groceries.
My wife showed me a clip where somewhere they had Black Friday on gas and the lines was going all the way out to the road. In the middle of the night, it was 32 cents. 32 cents. People were posing with the gas tank. Just, showing pictures of themselves.
I'm in line. Yeah. I'm in line. Bring all the cars out.
Yeah, bro. But like you say, that's a good point. You know what I'm saying? Not that the prices are always so great on everything now that you don't have to, but they're not offering us any value beyond what value we already got on certain technology. And the other thing to it is a lot of people feel like I shop online anyway, so I'm not about to make no special trips to the store. I wait on Cyber Monday. And True. Now, the interesting thing about Cyber Monday is though, you don't have no clue if they playing you on the price or not because you can't physically move the card and check the whole price tag. But
you just take it for granted.
Yeah, you go take for it or not. Still. But either way, a lot of times the prices be better online anyway because they don't have the storefronts, so you're looking at that added benefit.
But yeah, Black Friday ain't what Black Friday used to be. But then at the same time, like it's not worth it like it used to be. Yeah. I wasn't always for the calamity. Say what?
That's a tradition that's about to go away, like so many others, man. And it's kind of crazy to think.
Yeah, because like what's the benefit for it now? We're not going to shop and have everything sent to my door anyway. So like, unless you're making it really worth it, you got to make it really worth it.
Yeah,
it's hard to go out there and get those things. You know what I mean? And then also like the stuff, the things that we used to go Black Friday shopping for, the sentiment for it's not the same. Everybody got a flat screen TV.
Yeah.
So like that was one of the big things that people wanted to go look for. Or what's one of the things that people used to always shop for back in the day? Like, I mean, I can't think of it right now.
That's it.
Clothes.
Clothes.
But it's just, but now you got all the online stores you can get stuff for free. I'm not for free, but for low, like real low prices. What's the clothing store online? I can't remember.
Girls going to?
Yeah, not the Fashion Nova, but it's
Shein.
Yeah, there you go. Shein or whatever it's called. Yeah. You got stuff like that available to you 365. Mm-hmm. So why is Black Friday a thing?
Yeah.
It's going to go away, like you said. It's going to go away.
It's hard to see it past 5 years. I think it's gone in the next 5 years, man, which is crazy to think, but I think it's reaching its end. I think that young people are going to kill it. You know what I'm saying? Young people are going to kill it. It's only a certain age demographic that's going out to do this.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I can't see my kids seeing value in Black Friday. I think it dies with our generation. Our generation may be just a little bit younger than us. After we get to the point of not caring about it anymore, it's really gone. Like our younger generation, those who are 20 and under, they ain't going for all of that.
Oh, our generation don't care either like that. We going, but we ain't all going no more. We said, we are the last generation to go, but like
we'll still go. But at the same time, in the back of my mind, I'm like, I kind of do want. And so, but every now and then, like I'll keep my ear to the street, or I might peek out, like I'm gonna go out and just see what's going on around in the stores, see if I might be able to catch something. Like every now and then, that will pop up in me. So that's why I said like it might not die with our generation just quite yet, because even though we ain't gonna go, it's still in the back of my mind, like they might have something out there I might need to go get real quick. And I might want to next year or something like that. I didn't go this year, but next year I might pop out. But I can't see anybody else younger than me having that same sentiment, like, I got to go pop out.
Yeah.
Or I might go pop out. It's like, you might bother with that. Because I get everything sent to my door anyway. So why am I going to go out in more traffic, more busyness, be around more people when I get my stuff sent to my door anyway? And people ain't go to the grocery store no more. I don't get that. I don't get that. I don't know if I'm ever gonna be to the point to where I get my groceries sent to my house. That's
my
just
aunt does, bro.
I know a lot of people do it.
But she's an older lady too. To avoid having to go out, you know what I'm saying?
I get that. Yeah. I get that. But those people who are younger, in their 20s, 30s, and I get my groceries sent to my house.
It's more.
So expensive. you don't go pick out your own produce.
Convenience.
It is, but people are for it. Yeah. I'm still of the cloth to where I got to go to the grocery. I go grocery shopping. I have scheduled days where I go grocery shopping and I do a full all out trip and stuff like that. Like I have a strategic routine for grocery shopping.
Now I'll say this. This is what we've done. We did this actually when both our kids, when my wife was pregnant with both of our kids, and the oldest being 7 and the youngest being 3, when my oldest was born, this is when delivering food was really just starting to become like a thing. It was real low key, but people were doing it. And I said, that was 7 years ago. When she was pregnant, we would do grocery shopping like that sometimes because she would find these different deals and stuff, like these sign-up deals, and you would get like free delivery. So we would use the coupon and do it whenever we could get the coupon, and they would deliver it to the house, the food. And that was very convenient. It's enjoyable. Somebody just ring, or ring or whatever, open the door, hand you the bags, and you go. You know what I'm saying? Now, what also we did, which the grocery store allows you to do, you can order online and then they bring it out to your car, which is the thing we did when my other child was born.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's convenient but
my
even
oldest
then,
daughter's my oldest daughter used to work at my oldest daughter used to work at Walmart when she did that, and she was busy every day to where she worked she get an order in, they go order the stuff. They order the stuff, they go pick it out, and then the car pull up and she would drop it off in the car. Boom, boom, boom. That's what she did every day at the Walmart.
Yeah, now we don't do that no more, but that was good for the time when you got a little kid. You don't want to have them out in that stuff.
Yeah, but my 2 youngest kids, they order stuff to the house all the time. They'll DoorDash some fruit snacks in Arizona. Yeah. We get some honey buns sent to the house. You know what I'm saying? I wanted some honey buns in Arizona. And before I know it, I got a ring at the door and somebody dropped it.
I had that as a kid, boy, I'm telling you. Oh, man. I was working since I was about 13, too, so I done had money my whole life out of it. Woo, it'd have been
when
ugly.
I was that age, and I wanted a honey bun or a snack cake or a soda or whatever, we used to walk almost a mile to the corner store.
You had to walk for that.
We had to go get it. You know what I'm saying?
Hit that bike or either walk it. You know, it was one of those.
Hit that bike. Well, my son would be at the house. Oh, I was thirsty. I went to Arizona. We ain't had what I wanted, and I wanted a half and half Arizona.
He ain't even got to get off the sticks. He just order and keep gaming. Wait on his stuff.
Keep gaming. Yeah.
That's love.
We would have had that when we was growing up.
Man, think if we'd have had that in college, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just even in college.
True. Man, I remember
how hard it was to get a ride to go somewhere. You having to wait for Demo to come take you somewhere back in the day, or for you, like you had a car, but you had to hold that park down for a week. So you know what I'm saying?
Because I used to get the free parking on College Ave. I think it was what it was called. And it's like, dang, do I want to move the car? So matter of fact, what I used to do, my car used to be parked, and I don't know if you remember the CVS around the corner. And that was almost a mile walk just to get to the CVS. I'll walk to the CVS and walk back to the dorm before I walk to my car and go somewhere. So even in college, we were like, we was going to walk it. I'll walk to this Wendy's. We'd be straight.
Yeah, man. Different times, man. Would have been good. Good. But, man, you want to get into a little info on this cigar and we'll keep the conversation moving?
Yeah, man. Let's do it, man. This cigar so far has probably switched flavors about 5 times now. And I feel like it's kind of settled in, but it's this refreshing. It's refreshing. With a name like Man of War, I wouldn't have been guessed refreshing. I would have felt like something more harsh. But it's been like refreshing and light. And this just this light type of. I don't know. I gotta figure out more what flavor. And by the end of this episode, I will figure out what flavor has been the most dominant flavor. But as of right now, I just don't know. But it's just kind of gotten light and just feels good. It's just a good feeling stick. It's a really good feeling stick. Not so much on the Fuente side, because Fuente just hits a note and just stays there. Like perfect pitch, perfect note, and just rides it. This is just kind of floating in between a few things, and it's giving me a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And it's just rolling. I'm really enjoying this ride. It's a ride.
Okay. All right. So for me, I've had some changes too. Actually, I'm coming off of the earthy and woodiness, and I feel like I've settled into a much lighter tone of the cigar overall.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, I feel like I'm more dealing with some cedar, more nuttiness, with a hint of cinnamon that kind of fits its way in there smoothly, that I'm picking up on also. And those are kind of the notes that I'm at this point in time. I'd say it's more of a medium body cigar with a lighter smoke. The smoke is kind of airy, like creamy and light, the actual smoke.
Okay, I'm getting a similar thing.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about, because mine is similar to that. Like when you said airiness, that's what I'm getting. I think we're on the same similar wavelengths.
Interesting. Now, shout out to Caldwell, though, considering you a no-name to me in my eyes, you know what I'm saying? So, put your hat in the conversation, to be amongst these other names. That's dope.
They showing out today. I like it.
Yeah. Hey, man, so news has hit. There have been quite a bit of celebrities, man, that have been getting in trouble with this these New York sex assault scandals that's been going on, man. So there is a Adult Survivors Act that expired as of this past Friday, which would have been November the 24th, 2023. Okay. In case y'all listen to this far off in the future. But I'd say with this particular act, it's only in New York. New York had a law, and I'm just going to sum it up as quick as possible, where it's basically anybody who has been sexually assaulted has the right to file charges or form a case for themselves, no matter how far back it is, just giving them the opportunity, if you survived an incident, to be able to speak up and defend yourself and have your day in court against whoever. But they had a time limit on the frame that you could do it for. Like I said, it expired November 24th, and several celebrities have gone down in this. We, of course, know Sean Puffy Combs, Diddy, P. Diddy, or whatever you know him as. Him primarily. Cassie came out and got him. And then I think, two other people since then have filed cases on Puffy? Are you familiar with this?
No.
2 more people came out.
I've only heard Cassie.
Okay, well, he got 2 more cases since then that have come out. And also his former president of Bad Boy, Harvey Pierre, he's been filed against. Jamie Foxx has been filed against. Axl Rose from the Rock group has been filed against. Russell Brand, Jimmy Iovine from Interscope Records, L.A. Reid, of course, and Cuba Gooding Jr. All of
we already know about Cuba. We already know about Cuba.
Cuba, he's been called out before. You know what I'm saying?
He's had his moments.
Yeah. So all of these people have cases, and it's just kind of like this is an interesting time that we're living in, man. It's like kind of the resurgence of Me Too, but at the same time, I don't know if you can quite call it Me Too. It's something similar, but
because Me Too was a bloodbath. Me Too was a bloodbath. Anybody was getting it. If you looked at somebody the wrong way, you was getting Me Too. Like, it was coming around.
Yeah, with this instance, it doesn't feel bloodbathy yet, but it very well could get to that. It could get to that. We got to see.
But you know what? Like, honestly, I feel like this might be a little bit more legitimate. Because, like, even with Me Too, and I'm sorry if I'm taking you off your path for a quick second, but I feel like Me Too was a little bit more broad to where anybody can have a idea of what kind of harassment it was. So it wasn't really a stick on what constituted as a Me Too type of thing. Anybody could be like, well, I felt like this and that's what it seemed like to me. So I'm going to say you did X, Y, and Z because not delegitimizing anybody's argument. If you had a legitimate argument, I got it. But there was some things in the Me Too where that was just a little, I don't know about that. Or you send somebody, you say you saying you gave somebody a compliment. Nah, you got me. Yeah, you harassed me. That Me Too was more so like that in a sense. There was a lot of things that was kind of gray in Me Too. But this seems a little more nail in the coffinish.
Well, see, the Me Too, I agree with what you said. And I think Me Too changed how men approach women altogether probably for the worse for society. A lot of women, whether they realize it or not, that movement didn't help you. It hurt you, because men are now have to be totally different. Like this is the thing. I'm going to get back on topic, but with the Me Too thing, it's tough when you say to a man, you can't hit on me or you're going to get canceled. But then on the flip side, say you're not man enough if you don't speak up and approach me and be a man and this and that. You know what I'm saying? You can't hold them both over my head. Like, because you and I are from a time where if you acted scary and didn't make the first move on a kiss or something, like they look at you like a little boy. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
are you lame?
So, are you lame or something? Oh, he's scary. He's scared to touch me. This and that. So it gets difficult, when you got to walk that line of knowing if you got permission or and also trying to make the first move because you think you're reading the moment. You know what I'm saying? So, which leads me right into what's going on with some of these cases today. It always gets the line gets kind of blurry for me when you allow somebody to go back 20 years ago and hold that incident over their head 20 years later for how they behaved. You follow what I mean? So there were certain things that were acceptable in the 70s, 80s, and 90s that would not be acceptable in 2023. You know what I mean? Like, and there were certain standards of how people partied and certain fun that you had, and it was just what y'all did. Now, we can look back on that now and say that was foul. We shouldn't have did that. But can you punish somebody for doing those things back then when that's what everybody was doing?
Even to take that a little bit further, those people who was, and I'm sorry if it seems insensitive, but those people who were kind of with it at the time because this is just how we party. But then years later, you feel ashamed. Dang, I kind of wish I didn't do that, or that was kind of not cool. Yeah, and you look back at it with a different mind and say, you know what, I shouldn't have let him do that. I shouldn't have let her do this. Yeah. Now I feel different about it. 20 years later, when I was 20 years old, 25 years old, and I was just out having fun. But then now I'm 45. Now I look at it a little bit different. Like, dang, that was kind of messed up. Which is honest. It's honest. Yeah. See, to look back and say, yo, that behavior was a little wrong. I shouldn't have let myself succumb to that. But then also to hold somebody else like
accountable for that. That's what I'm saying. That's where it gets weird because I agree with you. As an adult, the woman should be able to look back on certain situations and say, yeah, that wasn't right, or this wasn't this, or I shouldn't have behaved this way. But at the same time, to punish somebody when we were, look at it this way, man. Rape can be this. We can have a moment together. A man and a woman can sleep together. And then the next day the woman can say, I didn't want to do that, but I was too scared to say no. So I didn't say no. And that's rape. And that's unfair to a man who thinks he's having a consensual, enjoyable moment with you. Yeah. I thought we were having a moment together. Meanwhile, you were just too scared to tell me no. and now I raped you, but I thought you wanted this.
I thought we was on the same. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So in defense of the guys, because I can only speak from that point of view, that's scary for men. You know what I'm saying? Now for women, it's very unfair to you to have to live with something that's wrong. You know what I'm saying? Or having to deal with shame or guilt or the pain of a rape. You know what I'm saying? I can't relate to it, but I can imagine that's got to be something that sucks internally.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, it's hard for a guy that don't think he's doing nothing wrong. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So how far can you take those sentiments? You know what I'm saying? Now, blatant rape, we know.
Jumping out of bush and getting a woman.
And not even jumping out of bushes, like not even just that. But, you know, taking advantage of a moment when you know what I'm saying? When you know the signs, the green lights aren't there.
Or if she's drunk and stuff.
Yeah, drunk or whatever. You're just taking advantage of the moment, vulnerabilities and stuff like that. But like you said, in a sense where, you know, you think everything's cool and we on the same wavelength and we, you know, and then you wake up the next day like, I probably shouldn't have done that on the first day or whatever. And then you change your mind and say, nah, you took advantage of me. Mm-hmm. That's where it gets gray. So it's like with these laws, like even with that, it's like, okay, how much of it is legitimate?
It's going to be hard to punish somebody from something 30 years ago. And the stories, they might not even remember it or at different times or different points of view from the experience. Kobe, for instance. Kobe caught his skin beef.
Oh, yeah.
Kobe said the same thing. Like when he spoke on his situation, Kobe was like, look, I apologize to the family. And in retrospect, I see things differently and how that could have affected her. I'm summarizing what he said, but you know what I'm saying? That's the gist of it. Kobe was basically like, I can see it through her point of view now and how she may have interpreted it that way. And I apologize for that. But in the moment, I don't feel like I did nothing wrong intentionally. But now I can see it through her eyes now that she explained what she was feeling and going.
Like you can respect somebody's point of view and standpoint, you know, especially if you have a conversation and it's a conversation that's just, hey, clear communication. This is where I felt, and then this is where my feelings turn. And you can sit back and be like, but then also to put somebody in a legal situation to say, no, you were so wrong for this and this and this and that.
Yeah.
When you didn't give me opportunity to understand where your mind was, like I wasn't being a monster. Mm-hmm. I just thought the situation was this. And we didn't have clear communication, nor did you communicate that with me. Now, had you communicated that with me in the moment, maybe things could have been different or would have went different.
Yeah.
You can't you go back the next day or a week later and be like, nah, you dirtbag, you scumbag.
Yeah. Yeah, and that was Kobe's situation. He had one of them situations like that where I didn't think I raped her. Like, you know what I'm saying? I thought we was good. But now that I hear her side of the story, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but at the time, that ain't, I didn't see it that way. 2 points of view for everything. Everybody's got their own reality of a situation and experience. That's why you can have an earthquake occur and then we all tell the story differently about the earthquake that we all experienced. You know what I'm saying? Because we all got our same
but nothing changes about the actual earthquake itself. But then the viewpoint, everybody's viewpoint's a little bit different.
Yeah, of their own experience and how it went.
So is it punishable because one viewpoint is different from the next? How punishable?
Yeah. It's going to get into that. It's going to probably be a lot of gray area situations. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm sure there's some areas that are just black and white. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, for sure.
Some of Puffy stuff sound black and white, to be honest, you know, but like they're going to be ones that maybe not as black and white. It's going to be a lot of gray areas and up for interpretation.
Because like, honestly, like when you talk about, I know you heard about the parties and stuff like that these people go and they attend. And I'm pretty sure before these people go to these parties that we've heard about and things that happen at these parties, that they've heard about these parties. So if you're close enough to the point of going to a party and we're to the point of we ain't never been to, seen, been in earshot of, or within walking distance or driving distance of a party, to even have an invite to go even walk into these parties, we got an idea what these parties might entail or what they might include, we have an idea of what you might be subjecting yourself to. Take for instance, let's bring it to our level. Let's bring it to our audience and our level. Black Bike Week, or what's the joint in Atlanta back in the day? You know what it is.
Freaknik.
There you go. We knew what could happen at Black Bike Week. We knew what could happen at Freaknik. And I never been to Freaknik, but I've been to Black Bike Week before. You know what I mean? And I've seen how things go down. And anybody who goes and knows what it's about knows what the possibilities of that could happen, right? So you know that you're subjecting yourself to an environment. Not saying all bets are off and anybody can do whatever they want to do to you, but you know what environment you're putting yourself into. Yeah. And we've heard about the Jamie Foxx parties and the Diddy, and Pierre Harvey, he's part of Diddy's crew and he's probably at them parties too. And you go to a party, you know what you might be subjecting yourself to. And a lot of these people might be willing participants in these things that are going on. And then they go back, a couple of years later, be like, yo, that was kind of messed up what happened at that party, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? But now you want to pull a case on it. Now you want to say, now you wronged me for this. Now you wronged me for that. In which some of the things could have been wrong. But at the same time, where's your responsibility level on that? What part of ownership did you take in that?
Yeah. And now that you breaking it down on our own levels and stuff, man, I can think back on times where, man, people would grab a random booty. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, like, you would know the people, but like, you think back to high school and stuff like that. Like in crowded areas and stuff, somebody might reach over and grab a booty, and the girls were doing stuff too. I done had my piece grabbed before, like, you know what I'm saying? Like by somebody unwanted, like, but that's just the type of little games and stuff we played back in them days. Like, so somebody could look back on it now and say, shoot, Vernus could blow up and I might catch a charge. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Remember that one time in Flu was in 2003?
Yeah, that he grabbed that, like, it could happen, like, because people just did stuff back in them days, like, and it wasn't quite judged as harsh. Females or guys doing it, you know what I'm saying? But we never looked at it as sexual assault back then, but you could call it, that's what it's called. Tupac said, he said they asked him what he got arrested for. He said for grabbing a booty. That was what the sexual assault was. I grabbed a booty without permission, is basically what he said it was. Now, I don't know his case, you know what I'm saying? But I heard him say that in interviews before. That's what the sexual assault is, technically. Like, any unwanted advances of you physically putting yourself on to somebody.
Yeah, so. and we can go deeper and deeper into the weeds. We can talk about Tyson's case. We can talk about so many different cases to where it's like, it's a tough line to draw unless you was there. It's kind of hard to judge it. It gets gray, it gets sticky, it gets a little weird. You just don't really know. But for anybody who ever has been in those situations, those people who have those cases, if it's just, I pray you get your just due. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
If it's just, and hopefully nothing like that happens to anybody. And also, please know what type of environment you're putting yourself into. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Even guys. Hey, look, if you go to a strip club and then somebody decides, one of them females decides to do something weird to you, and you're a guy, you got to eat that. You got to sit with that.
It worked both ways. Man.
And I had to pull it back to outside. You know what I'm saying? Been there, done that.
Most definitely. Yeah, man. Speaking of, man, I had the stripper she had the booty all in my face. I didn't like that day. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I knew her name, sexual assault, girl. Ain't nobody tell you to do that. You wore my face out.
I'm putting charges on all you strippers on at Sugar Bay.
I'm putting all charges on all you. Yeah, man. That was sexual assault what she did with them cheeks to my face, man. I kept trying to get my hand up. I couldn't bring it back up. It was like a punching bag.
He couldn't protect himself.
I couldn't protect my face, bro. So with that being said, man, But would that be unfair if I sued her today for that incident?
It would not. It would not be fair.
Not
You said
in
would be
today's
fair?
terms. No. Would it be fair? In today's world, no, it wouldn't be. It would be very fair for me to do, but it would be unfair based on the environment. I put myself in that environment. I know what's going down in these places.
You know, there's a possibility you get some cheeks thrown in your face very vigorously.
Vigorously. Hey, man, let's review these sticks, man.
Let's do it, man. Hey, look, I want to go first. And I'm going to say this because Man of War is a stick that was gifted to me on my 40th birthday by my guy, Jared. Thank you. Yeah. And I told you before the show that I was going to be smoking this Man of War on the show. And you was going to get a thrashing if this cigar wasn't it. And even in that, I gotta give you an applause.
Okay, cool.
Man of War, and even if I didn't know it was by AJ Fernandez or anything like that, I can say it's probably one of the most pleasurable smokes I've ever smoked in my time of smoking cigars.
Okay.
Yes, very much so. Man of War, and I've smoked all the ones that you've given me. It was 3. You gave me Rocky Patel Vintage 1990. Mm-hmm. This Man of War, and what's the other one? Diesel, the Diesel, which was a very smoky experience, which I actually liked. But this was probably one of the most when I talk about refreshing, a non-flavored refreshing stick. Because we know we got our mint Javas and cherry noirs and whatnot that are refreshing with that flavor backing it. But when it's just a straight tobacco outside of Fuente, mm-hmm. which is probably one of my favorite refreshing sticks to smoke, and Placencia, of course. So I guess if I had to name 3 refreshing sticks to smoke, I'm talking about refreshing, non-flavored refreshing sticks, I would say mm-hmm. Placencia, just refreshing all around, just because it's just a great stick. Fuente, and this Man of War. And to carry all the flavors that it carried, yes, it is. All the flavors that it gave me, the ride that it gave me, and then to finally settle. And we're going to that second third here. And to finally settle with this light, refreshing oak taste. It was nice. It was nice. It's one of those sticks I can see myself sitting by the water, which was one of my favorite places to smoke, by the water. And on a nice day, just chill and reflect type of stick and just have a good, refreshing cigar. Mm-hmm. Man of War is it. Man of War by AJ Fernandez is that cigar. And I'm telling you, and it's one of the cigars that comes with a lot of flavors. A lot of flavors in the beginning. It's going to give you some, and depending on your palate, it might be different for everybody. I don't know. We got to figure this out. You got to smoke one and find out. Maybe the taste that you get for everybody's palate might be a little bit different. But I'm telling you, gave me like so many different. It was a roller coaster ride, and then it finally settled, and it was just airy and refreshing. Yeah. So overall, I'm going to rate this cigar. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do it. 4.6.
Ooh,
I'm gonna give it over 4.5. I enjoyed the stick. I really, really, really enjoyed the stick. I really enjoyed it. And honestly, I was not expecting to enjoy it. And then that might be why I give it a 4.6, but it overachieved. Yeah. It gave me more than what I was expecting. I'm gonna say a 4.6. I got 4 more to smoke, and depending on how the other ones roll, it might come down. But right now, where we at today, first time smoking a Man of War, I'm gonna give it a 4.6. It's in that Liga class.
Yeah. I gotta go get a Man of War now. I gotta go get one myself.
It was good.
Hey, that's dope, man. So I should have went first, man, because I can't live up to what you just said. You know what I mean? Like that's impressive. Now, Caldwell, the king is dead. Good cigar. It's not going to reach that 4.6 mark, but I will say this. We started out, like I said, it had a lot of woody, earthy notes in the very beginning. I was picking up on what was it on the Retro Hell? It was I don't forgot what some of the notes were that I had in the beginning, but I know I ended up moving into what in the second half it kind of came down a little bit as we got into the second third. It smoothed out some from where it was more of a medium to full and kind of just dropped back into more of a medium body stick. It lightened up a little bit. The smoke got more airy. I've only made it to the second third. I haven't began to work my way into the third, so I haven't had to change since the last update. But it went into more of a nuttiness that I was picking up on, more of a cedar and more of a cinnamon on the Retro Hell. And that's pretty much where it ended at that point in time for me. I hadn't progressed anything different, but it was light and airy. Kind of that refreshingness, like you said. I was picking up on that. But for me, I'm going to go with, as of now, a 4.1 for Caldwell. So it did make it into that 4 range. Yeah.
They covered it 4 range. That 4s.
You're prestigious when you get into that.
Prestigious. Yeah, prestigious.
Yeah. So definitely as a I'm gonna call it a startup, even though they've been around for 9 years at this point in time. You know what I'm saying? But as a fairly new company, it's good. It's good. I think this is their second stick that they put out. First one might have been I forget the name of their very first stick, but this is their second release. Is the King is back? I mean, the King is dead. And 4.1 on a scale from 1 to 5 is what I end up giving it, man.
I'll be on the lookout for it.
Approval.
I'll be on the lookout for it. Hey, so before we go, and not to let us run over too much, I kind of want to applaud my senses here. So while you were going, I was kind of picking over to my notes a little bit about the cigar, about this Man of War. So some of the descriptions on Cigar International, and I stated this before I even, because we don't like to look at the notes too much, other than how the cigar is constructed. It's usually the only thing I really look at, and sometimes the profile. It says this, right? Where's it at? This thing is stunning, positively gorgeous. Underneath a velvet glove is a hammer, a robust, medium, full recipe of aged Cuban seed, Nicaraguan long fillers, which unleash a bold bouquet for the senses. A bold bouquet. Got a bouquet. And it definitely was a bouquet for the senses. So the opening is a robust, heavy spice and wood undertones, developing into a chewy, velvety, smooth core of oak and earth, which coats the palate, leaving behind a sweet array of spices and a variety of understated nuances come and go throughout the burn, including coffee, cocoa bean, and a touch of vanilla. So that was that sweet I got in the beginning, that spice I got in the beginning, that earthiness I got, that oak that I talked about.
Yeah, the oak was big for you.
I'm thinking my palate is on point, boy.
You're tuned in, man.
I'm tuned in, like literally, like just reading. Like I'm looking over like while you're going, just like let's see, because sometimes I like to do that every now and then to see, okay, what's my take on point. Yeah. Because like a lot of times I like to look at it after I smoke it. We like to go in it blind, especially if it's a new stick. Going in blind without looking at all the things that we're expecting from it. And then sometimes I go back and say, okay, did I get what I was supposed to get out the stick? And some of them it's like, nah, I didn't get that. But this one was spot on.
Yeah.
Spot on. Man of War, you might make my top 5. Stop playing.
Hey, man, I'm going to have to try it, man. ASAP. Hey, but y'all, we appreciate y'all for tuning in to this week's episode of the Cigars and Everything Else podcast. We out.
Cigars up.